Boom. Apologize, I just saw that the speakers were off while I was playing awesome music the whole time. And I was playing some banging house too. That was hot. We'll bring it back anyway. This was hot. I was playing this right here. Greatly apologize for the music not being there. I was messing with my settings. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. You're with the Crypto Lifer. We're going to push forward at the speed of light every single day, no matter what the day is. A lot of families in the holiday thing doing their thing, but we got to look at Bitcoin. Trouble in paradise for BTC as it's dropping drastically. Let's take a look at what's happening here. I had it in this beautiful flag. We had a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. Looked like we were going to break out. We also had this shoulder, this head. Now this just could be making a bigger right shoulder. You see? Let me show you like the bigger picture. You got 1, you got 2, you got 3, and that's a 1E, a 2E, and a 3, and we could still break to the upside. It's not the worst thing in the world. All right, we're going to break it down for you and show you what's happening. All right? Do not worry, have no fear. The lifers are here. Shout out to everybody here in the live stream. Shout out to everybody here. Props to you, lifers. So many people off for the holidays, and you're still grinding. Goal to move to Florida with no boss. But the wifey, my man, Sam Saha. Yeah, a lot of people will take this time off. It is what it is, but I do this for my own consistency. I don't want to miss a day. These are my days, not everybody else's, right? This is the Crypto Lifer show, baby. I'm not going to give it up. First thing we got to do, let me go back into, first thing we got to do, let's put the lemon into the water. Ooh, baby, ooh. Let's put that lemon into the water. Let's get that alkalinity starting to go. Let's get the flow through. Look, you can see, oh, and that's the thing when you work out and then you wear tight shirts, you feel diesel. You feel like, yo, come on. What do you want to do, huh? What do you want to do? What do you want to do, huh? What do you want to do, huh? I'm the nicest guy in the world. I'm a cream puff, man. No, don't hurt me. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Put the music into the air. Shout out to everybody here, baby. Love y'all. So sorry that the music was delayed there. Not the plan. Not the plan at all. Look at ELF1. That's a crypto. ELF. Interesting. Is that going to tell us something? Jaime Bit's still in the tight zone. If it loses this level, though, I'm worried it's going to drop to the 200 SMA or even all the way back to the bottom. You never know. Could have had its pump, and now it could be just done for the days. You never know, but I'm looking at it tightly. Jaime Bits, I personally threw in a little bit, like $1,000, not too much, into Jaime Bits. I'm looking at it closely, just kind of speculating, seeing if I could pump up, possibly pay for this half of this Airbnb if it goes up 100% or something like that. That's all I'm looking for. $1,000 if I can, just something on vacation, nothing crazy. I'm not trying to hurt myself. Just taking it easy, Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for coming on in. Bitcoin dropping to 16,686, but seems to be holding here at this level. Look, bounce, 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 bounce. If we can't hold the zone, we're likely to drop all the way back down to 16,229. That is the worry here. So that's what we're looking at now. And the probabilities were I had a feeling we weren't going to drop. It's funny. I've been so accurate for so long that today I was like, I don't think we're going to drop. And then we dropped. I'm looking at it like, I'm like, come on. So we look at Bitcoin here, and look, we're in this tight channel. We broke to the downside. My whole thing is, this is kind of a zone that we've been holding. The chance that we could hold the zone is the question. We got to hold it, really, this whole area. Maybe a little bit of but in my mind, if we lose this zone, start to drop, we're dropping to 16,000. And it makes sense. I'll tell you why. Look, this is a falling wedge now. Clear as day, right? And honestly, do we even just say that's your wedge? Or you could try to say you're retesting the zone. It's interesting like that, but at the end of the day, you could even say you're still in the wedge, never broke out. Point of control kept you locked in, right? And the idea is you're likely to head down here to the bottom of the pattern. It's just kind of how it is. Down, up, and down. So you're looking somewhere at 16,000 to 16,200 area. That's the zone. That is the zone that we're looking for Bitcoin if we continue to the downside. How do we know if we're going to continue? Well, the 1 hour time frame, right, is very oversold and suggesting a bounce. So we could even just get a V-shaped recovery. This could have just been trying to grab the shorts. We come back up, but we had the shoulder, the head, and that right shoulder too. There was more of a 68% chance we're going to break to the upside. We had the looming 200 SMA. It was all set up for a nice bit of move, and we were riding right above that point of control, and we were getting tight in the zone. For me, that's more confluence that we were going to move to the upside. And, at the same time, the 1 hour time frame still had legs to the downside. The stochastics told you that you weren't done yet with momentum. So, right? And the 15-minute was low already too, suggesting that we were going to hold the zone. But we got pressed by that ending 1 hour, and we got flushed, right? 4 hour time frame also, when it wants to dump, it dumps. And it can crush all the other time frames. Another thing to heed, though, despite all that we saw on the smaller time frames, 4 hour did say, hey, I'm not in a good spot. And you can kind of see it's like resistance, like you could not get above 17K, And Bitcoin really has to get back above 17K. You heard me yesterday. If you can't break back above that high at 17,000, expect more downside. Right? And if you can't get back above 18,000, this is going to be, our nail in the coffin here. We have to get back above 18,100 too. Yeah. So not a good sign here. Getting rejected technically by the top trend line and the point of control. If you don't get a quick V-shaped recovery here or something, this is likely to bear flag down, possibly to this area. Shorts are in control at the present moment. Shorts are in control. Let's take a look at ETH, USDT, TOT3S, and let's see what we're seeing here. So this had a huge spike, then continued to spike, but I never chase a green candle. But look, it has legs. Like, it looks like it has room to go in that 4 hour time frame. So I zoom into these smaller time frames and begin to kind of find a flag here on the 7-minute time frame. That's what I does. That ends up flagging out. It could create an opportunity for another leg to the upside, and that's how I do my dirty work. What I'm giving you right now is really special sauce. At the same time, I wait for the stochastics to reset. Might even put a couple alerts down here. What I could also do is I like to put a line here. And I'll set an alert on this. When price action passes it, it's going to give me, it's going to let me know. You see what I'm saying? If that makes any sense to you. If it doesn't, jump into my trading group. Every single day, hang out with me, hang out with my group, hang out with my lifers. And you just learn if you're around people that want to learn every single day of their lives. So we create a passionate group of people that want to change their life. So if you want to change your life and be passionate about it, my group is the place to do it. Shout out to each and every one of you for jumping on in. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting the Crypto Lifer. Thank you for all the people in the trading group getting their education, learning every single day. I appreciate you more than you would ever know. So look, Bitcoin getting up to 0.1. Oh no, I'm sorry. The short to 0.177. Look, and that's 777 is kind of bearing its face again, which is interesting. But that's what we're looking at for ETH. Short, possibly on the radar. So if I was scrambling for a trade or looking for something, this is something that I would have on my radar with more probability than not. All right. Yeah, if you hang out long enough, you'll accidentally learn what we're doing. I love what he's saying. It'll just fall into your lap over time. You're like, oh yeah. Sam, she's like a massive inverted on the 15-minute. Sam, seems like a massive inverted on the 15-minute. The 15-minute RSI just printed a nice hidden bull. There's a red bull there too. So on what are we talking on? Bitcoin? Over 50% of the watchers haven't liked the stream. Smash the like, lifers. Pay the man. Thank you so much for the love. Shout out to CNC Ireland. Shout out to Lakochi Coker. Shout out to Love Learning. Shout out to everyone at Sean, Aaron, and everyone in the Blue Crew kicking it with me. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Shout out to Hunches. Shout out to Rudy Poo. Shout out to After Hours Investing, Benzema. Shout out to Gmail Brown 33. Shout out to Crypto 420. Shout out to Type Crypto, Mountain Man, Matt Stevens, Barefoot Fletch, Armin Hebetz. Wow. Adam Wild. Shout out to Big Wick Energy, Mountain Man, LT Dan Dangle, Lieutenant Dan Dangle. That's awesome. Shout out to Nunzibro. Shout out to Jonah Lang, Cryptoholic Love, Laura Marshall, Lee C, Rin Tin Tin, Justin Burdick, my man. Shout out to Cryptoholic Love 35. Hunches again, my man. Bart Helsdingen. Elton Jeffs. Wow. XRP and I love y'all. Good morning, lifers. Blessed to be here. Hope everyone is well. Shout out to XRP and I. We love you. Love meeting you guys. That was so awesome. God bless you. Shout out to Jamie in the house. Dreamer CT. Conswork, my man from back in the day. Jesse Z. Dana Schwartz. And everybody in the game. Anku Kutsi Butsu. Who could forget? And PS5 Future of Gaming. Who could ever forget? Rowdy Man. Jay Bella. Wow, we got a crew here today. Thank you for everyone jumping on in. If I missed your name, I apologize. I wasn't trying to read every single one. I don't think I ever could. And if that's what I did, I don't think you'd want to watch, right? You'd gotta be like, all right, we get it. 334 lifers, 171 likes. Can we get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate it. Crypto to the upside, baby. It's only a matter of time. We'll get into that halving. Things will start to make a move. Funny, Mask starting to make a move right now. So let's see what the top gainer of the day is here on these altcoins. And Ranker just absolutely exploded in the last 7 minutes for 300% gains. I mean, that's insane. I mean, to make 300% in 14 minutes, 2 7-minute candles, who would have thought, though? And you can't beat yourself up about it. That's why you can't be chasing. Remember Credit Coin? It's funny because if you're in my trading group, right? If you're in my trading group and you do the research, some things that we were looking at is the token metric section, right? And just kind of glancing into, and token metrics. All right, we were looking at what coins that they liked on the KuCoin exchange. Credit Coin, December 19th. So you get this information in the trading group. You get so much information. And there's Credit Coin up since the 19th. Since the 19th, Credit Coin on a wick 57, hanging out right now at 30% gains in a few days during a bear market. So I'm just, hey, machine learning, get down, understand all the different resources that we have for you in the trading group. It'll blow your mind. All right. So shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate you all for coming on in. That's your second gainer of the day. You got MNC token. We looked at that earlier. Look, not every trade's going to play out. That fell to the downside. Kind of an ugly head and shoulder there, and it was struggling, but, felt like it get oversold in the MACD. It was low in the stochastics, but could not hold. It bled to the downside. And it's good to show a trade that doesn't play out, especially because not every trade's going to play out. This is probability, right? It is what it is. Look, I even looked at Euler recently on the daily and the 3-day. Very oversold. Looking for a move, somewhat of a double bottom here, but it would get spent, come back up. Very, very interesting, and make a lower low. Now you can assume it can make a lower high and then another lower low. It's attempting to try another double bottom here. It did bounce from the bottoms, but that's very high risk. Something I personally wouldn't even trade unless I just threw a very small amount to see if it would work, right? Funny, you got ERTHA and OneEarth. Both seem to be kind of like half pumping back and forth. The one thing that we do see, remember, when the moving averages get conjoined and tighter, price action could pump up to the 200 SMA. I've seen it many, many times. I'd like to watch this, not even trade it, just to watch it and see that happen. I've seen it, I started to learn this a year, 2 years ago, so I'm still working in, and you can't see it until these certain moments. So you only get chances to kind of, that's why it's special. All these different things you do in trading, you don't get them all the time. So that's why in a 10-year period, like every time you see a bear market, you test this strategy and it plays out. And so now you write that down, but you learned it 4 years ago and then you wait for another, you know what I mean? You only get certain times in the market to learn certain strategies is what I'm saying. And so if you're not in the market all the time, you don't get all the strategies. So to the man in battle is the man who knows how to swing his sword the most, right? The guy who's in battle the most, he knows how to swing that sword the fastest, the swiftest. He's on point. So when you think about it, it makes you be like, you know what? There's gems to be had if you push yourself into a deep focus in any single craft in life. Whether it's swinging your sword, fencing, whether it's tennis, whatever it is, right? Swinging your sword around. No pun intended, but you know what I mean? The idea behind it is you get rewarded when you put in these like great focus. When you put in great focus in life, you get rewarded. Things come of it, right? And that's why I keep doing what I'm doing every single day. It's a craft. I'm into it, right? And thank God I have people to enjoy it with, and that's what's fun about it. It wouldn't be so fun alone, you know, but it's fun with each and every one of you. You're getting a rounded bottom here. Rounded bottoms pay the bills, all right? This clearinghouse token, again, very high risk, but you're starting to get a rounded bottom. We want to start seeing more rounded bottoms if possible, all right? Don't laugh. If that made you laugh, it might have made you laugh. It made me laugh after I thought about it. My immature brain. It's not even funny, though. Red token was hot, falling into a falling wedge here. I'll peel what I call a local fib. And yeah, you're retracing 786. If anything's hot today, it could be the red. I've been noticing the hotter tokens stay hot when the market's kind of flat or down even. Possible move on the 15-minute, oversold in the stochastic. Again, I don't believe I would trade this high risk today with Bitcoin. But it's got some bells and whistles that I look for. It's in a Fibonacci retracement zone. It's interesting at least. Makes me think. Makes me think a little bit. It's definitely a setup that I look for a lot. SHILL pumping to the upside amazingly well. Continuing. Looks like it's getting some legs as we speak. SHILL. Funny, a coin called SHILL. Like no shame there at all, right? This looks strange. I owned some of this coin, bought it a long time ago. Turned it to be a dud. I can't believe it's 4 cents now. Remember Crypto Banner giving bags of this away or something? It's an ascending triangle, whatever though. Small time frames. And it's that feel-good music. Keeps you coming back for Christmas, baby. Shout out to everybody here. Home for the holidays. Who's home for the holidays with the fam? Who's home for the holidays with the fam? And I'm talking to my Americanos, right? I'm not sure what they do in Europe. In Europe, in Italy, they have the shoe or something, the witch in the shoe. I don't know, something, right? But who is home for the holidays with the fam? Let me know. 333. Hope everybody woke up vibing. It's another great day to be alive. Shout out to Emery Thomason. My man. Appreciate you, brother. 38,000.3 subscribers and climbing. Thank you for the subscriber. Love you all. And there's what? How many more days we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more shows. And maybe 10 actually, because the New Year's show, right? Because I got to do the candle close. But the idea is, wow. As we come into the new year. Unbelievable. First year of my life, I committed to something so much, and y'all were with me. I'm blown away by everything that happened in 2022. You're going to hear me reminisce like an old man for the next week. But I'm just, man, we did so much, and we're doing so much even today in the last few days. Continuing to find some gains, continuing to find a way. Orachain was on my radar. Look, it would slip down to what? That 200 SMA. Learn how we use the 200 SMA. Get above it, get below it. Bounce off of it. It becomes a very interesting, integral part of the trading. Let's take a look at ES1 and break down the S&P futures and see what we see happening for the market. So look, S&P futures. Remember, I was calling, look, I did call the rising wedge break to the downside. See me? But it just got a little out of hand. Well, let's break it down. Let's break it down. Go back in time, I'm making my shapes. And this is why making my shapes, it may look ridiculous at first, right? But I'm making my shapes. I'm just going to use the replay tool. Amazing tool. If you're not using the replay tool, oh my God, it will change your life. It'll change your life. Also, awesome. I see people trading on MEX Global. MEX Global is a great place to trade. Good backup exchange for KuCoin in case you need a secondary exchange, or also it's a good exchange on its own. I mean, it's a great primary exchange. I have links to MEX Global in the links below. You get 10% discounts. You get all sorts of awesome stuff. They have rewards. They have they're always doing some type of giveaway, or not even giveaways, but some type of competition, right? So check it out. MEX Global is an amazing new exchange. And they're budding, and they're beginning to grow. you know. Obviously, always don't keep, you know, there's been no issues with their insolvency. I never really heard about it, though, too. So they're, you know, a bit of beginner exchange. But KuCoin, in my opinion, too, is coming out and been very, very vocal about their Merkle, proof of Merkle. So that's been a good, you know, good thing to see, all right? So look, we saw this we saw this, and we took time messing around because I'm like just talking. When we saw this, we take the length of the base of the triangle. Remember, I said we're in a rising wedge, and I drew this back, and I said, you know, there's a chance we break out of this pole to the upside. So remember, this is a falling wedge that can break to the downside, though. We have to keep that on the radar. So then you press the play button, you kind of see how this goes. Oh, and then you can press the buy button. That's interesting. Look at that. And then you can be like, okay, and then I would have. That's so interesting. I love that. Like, now you got to sell. You can learn how to scalp the fast way of doing this. That's kind of crazy. So look, then we made another flag here. But it started to go sideways and more sideways, right? Then we dumped out the flag. Remember, ascending triangles are 50-50. Well, that's funny. Look at that. That's hilarious. I never seen anything like that. I didn't know they did that. So, dumpage on the S&P, hard dumpage on the S&P, right? And remember, ascending triangles are 50-50, right? And at the end of the day, once you get your move, you take away your TA because you don't need it. And again, look what became the rejection part of this. What was it? It's the 45-minute, but what was it? It was the 200 SMA. I mean, if you can't see how well I'm using the 200 SMA and how much it comes into play over and over again and how many times it can give you like a signal or an idea, and then you base it with technical analysis. This is a rising wedge. Rising wedges break down 68% of the time. All right? Measured move, basically, they usually like to end up all the way to the end, like to the base where they began. So you're very likely to see this make a move all the way to the downside. And that's not good for Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going to be following that S&P, all right? I'm going to duplicate this too as well, all right? And what I want to look at now is I want to look at the DXY. And now you're going to start looking at the DXY. And lo and behold, look, a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder, and the DXY booms to the upside. And that's a funky little button. I call that like a basket head and shoulder, but it is. It has a little bit of a basket in it. It's tight, and that's why you always want to go to the 15-minute to see if you can see a shape that you may not see on another time frame. All right? And the dollar index made kind of almost like a cup and handle here. Cup with the handle to the upside. Bit of a double bottom there. Attempting to try to get out of the zone. Is it breaking out of the falling wedge? Shoulder, head, and shoulder. Let me show you that. You got an inverted head and shoulder on the DXY, right? Measured move. How do you find the measured move of an inverted? You're going to find the neckline. You're going to take the neckline to the wick, the last piece of wick that you can find on the head. You're going to flip it back up. That's going to tell you where you're likely going to go. 106 if you can get a, that's just technical analysis. I'm not saying the dollar index is going to 106. I'm just showing you that is what the measured move says. We will, if the bots get a hold of it, that's where the bots will take it to. That's more really what it means. Now, the 1 hour is overbought, but just approaching the dotted line, it could just be a kind of a, this could even be a rejection moment, or we're just at the top of the channel, and we're going to break back to the downside. Let's take a look at our 4-hour time frame as well. Our 4-hour has legs to go to the upside. And just like the shorts have a little more room, so this could continue. All right, how do you find that out? You go to the smaller time frame and you look for some type of flag. All right, some type of move here. It looks like it may even continue up, but it may even continue up. We may even be bringing the flag somewhere up here. Like a chance is like we pump one more time up here somewhere and the flag ends up like this, you know. If we flag out a bunch above the trend line, not a great sign, right? But right now, all we have to go for is the consolidation that we're making. So this is how I begin my projections. It may not be this shape at all. It may be somewhat different. It may even turn into a falling wedge if we're lucky. We don't know, but what we do is we begin the flag. We begin the projection. All right. So 15-minute has a little bit of a move. 4-hour does have legs to the upside. 22-hour has a little more room. The dollar, the daily, also for the last 2 days, look, had a little bit of move with a spike to the upside and a buy zone. You can kind of even see that inverted head and shoulder there on the daily. So do we get a continuous move up? That's the question. 3-day chart also is very oversold, which is kind of weird. That spells that there could be a nasty move for Bitcoin to the downside. Or does the dollar pump with Bitcoin, which is strange, right? Because Bitcoin's 3-day chart, it's kind of an indecision, though. It could actually roll over. So dollar index really kind of at a you know, if it can break back above 104.45. Sorry, not there. Yeah, right here. Sorry. 104.87. And then get a candle really to close above 105. I mean, we'd have some trouble for Bitcoin for sure. We'd have some serious trouble for Bitcoin. Shout out to all the newcomers here on the live. Who is new to the Crypto Lifer live stream? Who never heard the Crypto Lifer live stream radio voice? Who's new? Don't be shy. Let me know. Who's new here on the live stream? Shout out to NSB Crypto. Shout out to Ali Crusher. Shout out to Johnny Freedom. Shout out to Raj Jahal. Shout out to Eric 007. My man. Here since 4K subs, my man. Shout out from the Philippines. You nailed it, bro. What did I nail? I don't know. One Earth looks like it's trying to double bottom on the 4-hour. I'm new. Great TA. Shout out to Siri US. Shout out to me. Shout out to Innuendo. Shout out to the man himself, Barefoot Fletch, my man. Shout out to Pattern Watchers. Is there a different way to pay with crypto than PayPal? You can email cryptolifers@gmail if you would like. And Justin, I read your email. I will give you a call a little while. We're here for 5 more days. We'll definitely hang out if you would like to. Your email was greatly received by me and my wife, and we'll add you to another lifer that we meet here in Florida. May God bless, man. Greetings from Australia. How does the MACD work? That's interesting. It's called the moving average convergence and divergence, and it moves with the moving averages. Sam the man, Barefoot Flesh, my man. Crypto Lifer, need your P.O. box to send cupcakes. Will they last that long? I can't. My security team says I can't eat outside food. I could, you know. You too, my brother. Thank you, thank you, Justin. Appreciate it. Shout out to the 470 beautiful people on the live. 250 likes. Can I get the likes up to the watchers? Baby, let's go. Like, come on. So strange. Most beautiful action ever done to help this channel grow. We're in Florida. I'm in the Tampa area. I am in Sarasota, Florida right now. Send them some Amsterdam-style cupcakes. Lifer, could you explain why you prefer SMA to EMA? I just don't use the EMA that much. You get good at what you use, all right? And I use the SMA. You see what I'm saying? Also, everyone else on the entire planet uses the EMAs. So I use SMAs because I don't want to do what everyone else does. And everyone else uses SMAs too and EMAs. I just choose, like, you gotta, if you're gonna trade for a living, you gotta pick one system and stick with it. You can't have 100 systems. You can't. Trading is very similar to having cars in the driveway. Each system is a different car. You can't drive every car in the driveway to get where you're going to go. What if you were in one car and in the other one, you'd have one foot on the brake, one foot, and you'd crash them both, right? You wouldn't get any results. You wouldn't really understand anything, and you wouldn't know how to drive either car. You got to pick one car. You got to pick one system if you're going to trade. If that's the best thing you've ever heard, you know, on YouTube ever, straight up. a little far to grab some coffee. Enjoy your time. I know what's going on with the cold weather, man. It's craziness. Yeah, so the S&P is going to, well, it's going to fall all the way to the measured move here, man. It's coming to 37 and 3,800, right? That's where it's going. Sad thing is, let's look at the big picture for the S&P. It's in a bigger rising wedge that's breaking down now. And if it breaks down, it's coming all the way down to the bottom of the channel. Look. And that's a breakdown. I mean, that's a fall for Bitcoin. It's a nasty fall for Bitcoin. But you know what? I've seen V-shaped recoveries out of nowhere for the S&P. Let's see what happens. Let's not go too into the fear. Let's take it one step, one day at a time. We're the crypto lifers. We don't get ahead of ourselves. We take it one step at a time, baby. One day at a time. It's the only way you can take life. You got to live in the present moment and handle what the present moment gives to you. All right? Learn to handle stress at a high rate, and stress won't stress you out anymore. You'll be able to deal with it, you know. Great interview with Grant Cardone and Mayor Suarez. I posted to the trading group. Check that out. What a great interview. What's up with the TA, my man? So look, 28 on the Fear and Greed Index. All right? 28 on the Fear and Greed Index. I believe it should be lower. I feel way more, I smell more fear than that. I don't feel it, but I smell more fear in the market than 28. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. We're still holding 1666, but look at that massive red candle to the downside. And honestly, the S&P. So I see the S&P falling down. I see Bitcoin falling down to about 16,000, right? But again, maybe the bulls step in here. We get a V-shaped recovery to the upside, and we get above this point of control. There's a chance. Right now, though, the 4-hour has way more room to the downside. Likely we continue to dump. All right. Anyone get in on that Ranker Dow Green kaboom? I mean, that was just too quick. I don't know what was going on with that. So, what's up with the TA, my man? Shout out to Birdman in the house. Been here for a long time. My Birdman, dude. Shout out to Jimmy Pitts holding us down. Shout out to Vassal Danev. Shout out to Jordan Benson. Shout out to Bully Barry. Love that. Shout out to Mr. SS. Shout out to Master Chief. Your security team on point with the outside food. Yeah, can't do it. Can't be eating things from a P.O. box. Could jeopardize me and my family's whole life. Straight up. And I trust everybody, and I really would love the cupcakes. Trust me. But you never know. It could get intercepted by a double agent trying to take down the lifer. As I believe I'm in a psyop. Probably am, though. We all are. You know that, right? So anyway, Bitcoin in a giant cup and handle, even if it comes down here and gets a bounce. So come down to 16,009. Let's get this nasty dump. Let's get the 4-hour over. Let's figure out what's going on. And then we can a huge move to the upside. Also, we have some support, bounce. We could get another bounce off the zone. Would be at the end of the liquidity zone on the VRVP on the 4-hour time frame. And everything would begin to make sense here. So come on down, Bitcoin. Come on down. Makes sense. And we looked at the... if you're going to short, the altcoins are a good thing to short. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Do whatever makes you happy. But if I'm going to short, I short altcoins or Ethereum, right? As Bitcoin's dumping, and the ETH short looks pretty good. Could be kind of bending here on the 22-hour, which it is, getting that turn. And the 4-hour time frame just has, legs to the upside here. We double kick the Stokes. I get rid of my yellow line. And anyway, you can clearly see this is pushing to the upside and showing some signs of life here. So, interesting. And remember, I'm on the 7-minute attempting to watch this flag. And wow, this flag is skimping, starting to pump right back to the upside again. So you're seeing a move here on the short to the upside on the 7-minute flag. Could continue on that 4-hour, does have legs. So tells me that this short could continue to the upside. Possibly 18% more gains out of the Ethereum short. Again, Just something on my radar that I'm looking at. No guarantees at all. You never know. It could dump to the downside and Bitcoin could flip. You never know. But there's some probability here showing you based on the stochastics RSI. Opening up the MACD here. Couldn't see it. MACD showed lack of bearish momentum. You had falling volume with falling price. Suggests you can get some buyers jumping into the zone. And you got a nice little peak there on the RSI. So again, back to the smaller time frame. 1 minute, 7 minute, 5 minute. Kind of watch these flags to see what's going on. Interesting. So shorts are in control for sure. Ranker just continue like that. What like? This is just absurd. When something moves like that, watch it on the smaller time frame. Funny though, this made the same pattern that BNB and funny. Watch this. I'm gonna do something. But see how this looks? See, I have pattern recognition. You can tell. I'll show you why. Because I can remember Mask and BNB looking just like it. My mind can remember when I saw a pattern and like, what, you know. And see this? See how it like, if you go from Ranker, see how they look very similar? I mean, this is the 1 minute. And this is the 22 hour. But, I mean, is it me or is it you? Or like, you see what I'm saying? Look how similar these patterns look. And so these algorithms, they move in the same way, you know, and you begin to learn and see and begin to see so many things. Kind of a cup and handle here too, in a way. Bit of a falling wedge on the 22 hour that could break up and give you some moves. So Ranker showing some signs of life here. All right. Also right here in the zone, 420 is your next big resistance point. You're at 220. I mean Mask. I'm so sorry. Mask. I call it Ranker. Getting old. People are like, dude, I think he's losing it. I think Lifer lost it, man. He's out of it. What I don't like is this 4 hour is a little bit too high for me, you know, and says he suggests, you know, but you do see the shoulder, head, and a shoulder. Some mixed signals, you know. Mask was looking nice, and then it just continued to kind of bleed out a little bit. You do see this slanted shoulder, head, and a right shoulder with rejection, though. And to me, either you get out here and make a flag, or we're going to come back down somewhere into the zone. He may even lower. And we'll have to turn this into like a bit of a falling wedge or something. So Mask has been on my radar. I wanted it to do its thing. It's another trade that did not play out, you know. I saw it in this beautiful tight channel. Was looking for it to get above the point of control and make bacon on the beach, but it didn't. It just had a slow bleed to the downside. Doesn't always play in your favor. It doesn't always work out. It's about how, that's how to become a trader too. I was just saying to someone, I met someone yesterday and he's like, man, it's about losing and being able to mentally move on. You know, that's like the key. Jamie says, I would need to taste test all the cupcakes. So Jamie will take one for the team. So I'll have to watch my number one man just croak and die. And then I'll be like, okay. Two funny Argentinians. I'm one climbed in all types of things. I even saw one fall from the top of a tree. So crazy. Ranker dropping NFT badge series for people to make money and give away 250K tokens to 100 people starting tomorrow. Must be why it went on that rampage. Interesting. So they started a kind of a bit of a give, you know, a bit of a campaign, and that campaign caused it a frenzy. So Mask starting to make a move, and we got the fib drawn on it. Now we're watching it. I mean, it's getting close to the 786 retracement now, soon to an 886 if you look at it. So that's like, I mean, it's getting closer to the place where, you know, an accumulation would be appropriate, though, right? Plutonians has had some crazy moves up and down, smaller time frame. Equalizer barely played out there, and then eventually would bleed out to the downside as well. Shout out to the chat. Where's everybody from? Come on down. The price is right. Shout out to Sadaface. Is there a screen share tonight? It's a good question. Yeah, but I'll probably do it between like 8 and 9:30 while my, you know, I'll do a screen share from like, it depends on where I am. I'll stay in touch. It'll be probably around 8:30. Yeah, between 8 and 9:30. I'll do it between 8 and 9:30. I will do it because my wife puts the kids to bed anyway, so we'll have to be home. and I'll have an hour to do it. So yeah. So I'll announce right now. Screen share tonight. I have so many obligations when I go on vacation. I'm like, oh yeah. I have such a full week every week. So many things that I do. I'm in Caspa and One Earth, both showing signs of bottoming on the 4-hour Timmy 313. Interesting. BTC Touch 6546. Okay. 8 p.m. to about 9:15. We'll keep it short because I know people are with their families. All right. So we'll keep it short, but we'll get it done. I'll be very prepared and we'll nail it. Hi, sweetheart. You got some clothes? That's nice. That matches what I'm wearing. You should wear that shirt. It would match my shirt. It's the flowers on a blue. Let me see that shirt. It really matches. Let me see. Look, this shirt really matches what I'm wearing. No lie. Look. It's the same. Like, it's so funny. She should wear this today with me, and we can be buddies. There's an alert on ETH, 3S. So I put alerts on all different things. You can see I put alert on the 7-minute. Should have clicked on it. It should bring me right to it, but I clicked on the wrong thing. So you can see what happened. We crossed my line. The flag was created. All right, kind of as I was saying it somewhat would be. It was actually more bullish, though, and it's breaking out even more, showing signs of life. So the flag's more something like this now. You never know exactly what you're doing. You just do it as you go. And this is how you learn to be fluid. This is life. If you learn how to take life as it comes and create opportunities as they're given, that's kind of what trading taught me, and that's what we're doing when we trade. We're just, every day we wake up, we don't know if we're going to win or lose. We have confidence in ourselves. We educate ourselves. We use probability, and we go for it. And we're either rewarded or we're not, And that's like the beauty of life, because if you knew, then you wouldn't know you wouldn't be so happy when you won, right? It's like even when me and my wife, we love playing pool, and you don't know if you're going to win the game of pool. And she's really good, and I'm pretty good too, and we battle it out. And eventually one of us wins, It's like, and you're like, oh. And when you win, you're like, oh. And it's only fun when you win because you didn't know you were going to win. And that's life in a nutshell too, If you knew you were going to win every time, then it wouldn't work, right? Ranker continuing. Now, wow, it was up like 800% or something now. It's just crazy. It's up 400% on the day. Insane. It's really the only thing cooking today. All right. This MCX token forming some type of, a nice little pattern here too as well. So I'm going to attempt to load up Bookmap. I'm very curious. I just want to see what's going on with Le Bookmap. It's going to possibly kill some frames, but we'll get there and then we'll get on it. We'll get in and we'll get out. We'll snatch it and we'll snatch it on out. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you all for jumping on in. 519 beautiful people, 292 likes. Can we get the likes up to the watchers on this pre-Christmas week? And I'm excited the second I get home, my sister's going to be home with her kids, and we're all going to be together for about 4 or 5 days, and I'm really, really excited for that. So I am going to get my family, my extended family time. I never had a big family, so I never know what it's like to be with tons of cousins and all that. My mom and dad were the babies of their families, and so they were very young compared to everyone else. And look what my daughter gave me. She washed this nice and clean, a beautiful shell. These are the type of shells you find here in Florida on the beach. Just on the beach. I mean, it's just like so smooth to touch. It looks fake. Like, it looks like we found it, right? Like plastic. Amazing. Thank you so much, sweetheart. You got to boil them, too, if you want to boil them the right way. That would be awesome. All right. Shout out to everybody here on the beautiful live stream. So this looks interesting to me. This is just what I do. I just draw shapes all day long, And it could come down a little lower too, Like it might extend a cup. See, there's a cup. It could create that handle. It is overbought on the 7-minute time frame. So what I've seen a few times, I mean, it could extend, you never know. But I've seen a few times more is like, I take my bottom trend line and I move it down a little bit. Something like this. And what I'm waiting for is this to come on down again. Same scenario, right? And I want to see that price action fall on down, right? Shout out to everybody here on the live. So look, I mean, Bookmap showed us the liquidity was low, likely going to head on lower, right, to the downside. So Bookmap suggesting that we were going to suck down to the 16,500 level and maybe even lower. So you can clearly see there was less buys up here than sells, and the green is outweighing the red. Look at it's deep down here. 1,300 Bitcoins though. Seems to be a huge buy wall here at 16,500. Like we're going to be, you know, a lot of whales going to be gobbling up Bitcoin in these low levels. But it does say we're going to get drawn down at least down to 16,500, and that could cascade us even lower to the downside. So right now, suggesting that we do lose this level of liquidity. All right. Oh, that's so cute. Oh my God. Shout out to everybody here on the live stream. I just want to be real protective of my kids. There you go. I want to see. I don't think anyone can see my baby, but a little bit actually. Hold on. I just want to be real protective of my children. As I get more and more known, I want to be more protective of my kids. Like, I'm not really going to be putting them out there on social media. Whoever was with me at the beginning, you got to see my kids a lot more. We're probably going to stop doing that a little bit, you know. So sad, but it's just the facts of life, you know. She put on the goggles by herself. She's so cute. So, and these are just the decisions me and my wife have to make, right? So look, Bookmap says we go lower. We're starting to go lower. If you go to the smaller time frames, that's how you figure out if you're going lower, all right, for Bitcoin. And you can clearly see that we're in this flag now, and we're likely to dump down, right? So that's just something that we're seeing and something that's likely. And here we go, right? And so 16,500 is the answer. It's what Bookmap says. That's what we say. So lo and behold, that's what's going down, right? And definitely liquidations occurring there at that moment, you know. We got Binance Futures, Bybit, and OKX here filling the data. And here we go. I mean, this says we go down to 16,005, 16,520. Shorts say we're in control here. My last area is this green zone, though. Can we hold the green zone? If we don't, we're likely going here. And then, like I said before, bottom of the pattern. All right. So we're kind of at a standstill here. This is a 12-hour looks to be rolling over, possibly, too, to the downside. This is also pattern trading as much as people use their indicators. And that's what comes in. You use indicators, use your pattern, use supportive resistance. Eventually, you know which one to depend on more in what situation. All right. Getting a bit of a bounce here. As you can see that, but struggling. And that's Bookmap. If you want to see the liquidity, watch liquidations, and know so much more about what's happening on the order book, get Bookmap today. Link in the description below. Beautiful holiday present for yourself. Get yourself some Bookmap, and you can use it on many different indicators. Look, on multi-book, I can do Doge, DOT, ETH, Link, Litecoin, Matic, Solana, XRP, some of the big boys, SHIB. So look like we could look at the Doge perpetuals. It's going to load some history for Doge, right? You can kind of see what the order book looks like for Doge. Completely different on a smaller coin, right? But you get so much more data than you've ever seen before and understand kind of what's happening. If you're shorting, if you're longing, who's with you, who's not, where's the sell wall, where's the buy wall, what's happening. Right now, we got a little bit of an even Steven here at 16,600, trying to hold the zone, attempting. And this has been chopped lately. They've been doing all sorts of nonsense. So be careful as well, right? My whole thing is the bulls must hold the zone, this green zone for me. If they can't hold the zone, we're going lower. In my humble opinion, to 16,185, highly likely. And then the smaller time frames are in bear flags showing us that we're breaking down. You know, so it's not looking amazing at all for BTC at the present moment. All right, getting that bounce though, and you know we're not getting we're not getting any lost frames on this time, which is weird. We were getting them last time. I can't ever explain why, but it is what it is. We're making it through, no matter what, powering through with the amazing system that we got going on right now. She is so special. I just wanted to show you guys what I was looking at on my travel setup. I think you guys would be interested. I would be super interested. I love behind the scenes of what's happening, right? So I thought this would be cool. You can see my lemon water. You can see everything. This was like to travel on the holidays, right? That's what I'm looking at right now as we speak, you know. Always have to have a lot. You know, I like the keyboard even though my laptop has a keyboard. And I got 3 monitors, got the microphone, got the whole setup ready to go. I'm always proud of my travel setups because I never know exactly how it's going to be or what's going to happen. But I found a way to make it awesome. And I found these extension cords that really work. Look at these. These yellow ones that turn like 1 into 3. These are unbelievable. And I have 2 of these in my suitcase. And they just make sure no matter where the outlet is or what's happening, I'm able to tap in. And no matter the situation or the place, I've been able to get it in. And shout out to everyone that shows up on my travel setups. I really appreciate it. So everyone, this comes down here, 16,535. Looks like the measured move. We are getting a wick up, possible a double bottom here, kind of, you know, hoping on this 5 minute we can get a push back up, a little bit of a double bottom here, but the bigger time frame is still pushing down on us. Remember that 4 hour has room to move. However, we got a pretty quick dump on the 4 hour. Could have been worse, but that's a bearish engulfing candle on the 4 hour time frame. Let's take a look at another clean chart. I'm just going to, you know, we had a whole new situation, so let's take a look at what I see happening now. So I'm going to look at like my 22. And what I even see happening, I mean, this is kind of like a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder too that could just make a nasty dump. Like it has head and shoulder vibes for sure. All right. First thing you want to see is like, where are we getting rejected by? And you're like, well, we've been clearly getting rejected by 17,250 to 17,300. And then 17K became an issue. All right, these 2 areas. And now you can see that's like an M, right? A bit of a 2-topped M pattern that wants to dump to the downside. Now you're attempting to make some type of pattern here. All right. This is the first time we're making this pattern. So you have ideas of a possible ascending triangle, all right? Boom. Possible ascending triangle, and right here too. you get the resistance. All right, 17,800, 850, right? So this is, could we hold this trend line? There's a chance, right? And that's going to be the, if we can't, we're coming down for the double bottom. So this is kind of the nice and easy way to put this, all right? We lose this zone, we'll bearishly retest, and we'll likely come down. Do we make a lower low after that? There's a chance, and I have other ideas for that, and I'll show you why. But this right here is kind of on the radar, right? And remember, that does put us in the bigger picture. Once you understand the local idea, you do have to look at the bigger idea because it all affects everything. And I take off the moving averages for this for a second because I just want to see clarity. Clippies? They're so beautiful. I can't believe how cute you're becoming. Here, take. Daddy has to work for a little longer and then I can play with you. Oh my God, she will melt your heart, I'm telling you right now. Like, you won't be able to do anything else when she says your name. Daddy, Jay. And she just learned how to say my name last like 2-3 weeks. And she's getting better every day. Daddy, Daddy. And she smiles when she sees me. Like, Daddy. She puts her. Oh my gosh, man. Like, I love my trading group and I love everything that I do and I love my YouTube channel. But, like, my kids are both home finally. Like, my daughter's not at work, right? Like, oh, my God. I love you so much. I know you want the clippy clips. No, I don't want you over here, okay, baby? I want you by it. Oh. But I just, like, man, I really want to make this next five more days we have of this trip. I just want to really, really, really cherish my children. Thank you, baby. I gotta spend more time with my daughter, like my little baby right now. I spend good time with my older daughter more, but my baby, like, my wife's with the baby a lot. I'm at work a lot. I'm grinding all the time. I'm in the charts like 90% of my life, right? And so, yeah, it's just a blessing. And then again, we are working this idea that we have somewhat of a cup and handle brewing, right? But again, this could end up just be making a long, and we're headed down here. So what we're looking like on the bigger idea, right? And so it is what it is. We could hold this trend line and be gravy. So to me, it's all about that trend line, and then we see the ES1 doesn't look too good. And, dollar isn't in the worst place, but it could spell some trouble. All right. So this is what I see for Bitcoin. I mean, and again, you can see my zone that we're going to go back to on the BTC chart on Binance. Oh, this is getting tight in the channel. That says it could really go higher, man. That's interesting. I test out so many different charts and so many. See, just testing out charts and theories will help you in your life. Get it out once I get it in. You can't get that out. All right. So that's interesting right there. But I want to show you here is Binance and the tightness here on the channel. So this is what we're looking at. Oh, so we did break it. See my area? I said we broke it. So we broke support easily. We're trying a bullish divergence here on the 1 minute time frame. Attempting, but to me, it just bear flag-esque, right? Thank you, baby. Baby, go over there. I'll be almost done. I'm almost done. I hate to tell you. Guys, I might have to just chill with my baby, man. She is so cute. No, over here. And she never, like, I got her with me, man. Don't grab that. Sorry, baby. Careful. Man. And I can't be Bookmap's running and the stream's running fine. That never happens. But shout out to Bookmap. It's running great. So Bookmap is great. Look, everyone says it works your computer, but I mean, look at this. I'm using Bookmap. I'm live streaming. All right. I'm bringing in data onto a ticker underneath. I'm streaming out of an interface with multiple things connected to my computer with a hub, and right. We're even bringing in professional sound through the XLR. You can't beat it. We're playing music at the same time. You know what I mean? So that new bill looks insane. I got a little bit of a glimpse to try to spend some time on what's going on there. That's insane, right? So yeah, 4 hour definitely wants to continue to dump, and we're headed lower, in my humble opinion. Bulls must hold that level. They could not. All right, they could not. 4 hour has more room to play out. Let it play out. Hopefully we just get the double bottom here. You know. So the idea is you're looking at this falling wedge, right? And you're likely to come down to it. That's what we're saying. This is the zone that we're looking at. First, it's this leg. When you break that, we're looking all the way down. I mean, it's more like that. Sloppy. That's an M, you know. Trouble in paradise for Bitcoin. Do we head lower is the question. 500 people on the live, 349 likes. Can we get the likes up to the watches? I would greatly appreciate it. It would be unbelievable. I want to make sure my baby wasn't behind me. Yeah, so I put a bunch of charts out to the traders in the trading group this morning, things that I'm looking at, things that look hot. Bitcoin may have upset some of those setups. Some of them aren't perfectly off, though. Whatever's staying strong really is the question. You know, that's kind of what I look at. A lot of times I go to CoinMarketCap, take a look at what I see, and that gives me some insight, too. Just see what's up or what's not up. You know, I hit the last hour. You're so cute. I love you. Thank you, baby. Where's Mama? Okay. I'll be right there, baby. I'll be right there. So look, THOR, the one coin that I've been looking at a lot, right? FAI, which is interesting. I don't know what that might be. FET. Does FET actually have Fetch AI? I don't know what FEI is. XCN holding a little bit. Axie Infinity holding a little bit. IOTA holding a little bit, Genesis, and then Ravencoin. Interesting. Graph tokens. Just not a lot really in action today. And I'm telling you, last week of any year in any market in any industry, it's where people get their ducks in a row. You know, if anything, you're going to go sideways or probably likely a sell-off because people are trying to. Some people are down right now, so they're going to sell Bitcoin to take that tax loss harvest, right? So that's another idea that you have to consider for BTC. That people are going to tax loss harvest, which means they're going to sell off, all right? So we're looking at smaller time frames, bigger time frames, right? And this is kind of the whole chart that we were looking at to begin with in the morning, right? And we lost it. We were in this nice little, it began this morning inside this nice little pennant, but that pennant broke to the downside and we lost it. 4 hour took over and dumped, right? And you had resistance, resistance, resistance. You couldn't get back above 16,009, 17K. And I remember even saying to myself and out loud, if Bitcoin can't make a move above 17,000, expect more downside, right? And so this is just kind of what we're seeing. The only difference between this chart and the other chart is we didn't draw the falling wedge here yet. And I didn't add that new pattern that I just saw. But it's likely we're headed down here to about 15,968, you know, unless we double bottom at 16,400. That's your two options, okay? That's what I'm seeing for BTC, all right? And, yeah, that's your update for Bitcoin on the day. I am going to stay going looking at the charts. I have an iPad with me. I'll keep you focused and going. And if you join the trading group, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. And we also have things that I've put out in the group already this morning. And I have a beautiful group of elite traders that are going to be looking out. I'm going to take a look back at that ETH short real quick before I jump on out of here. And see what I see happening on ETH short. So it did go up a little bit. Ugly little bit of a pattern though. Really like hard to kind of gauge what's about to happen here. But I mean, it is a rising wedge. Rising wedges break up parabolically and you're getting oversold. Looks like it could continue to the upside. It is already up from when we first kind of talked about it. About 2-3%. Interesting. So possibly another 6% coming out of the E short. 4 hours still has gas. So we'll see. I personally like to take profits once the initial move happens. I don't like to wait it out, but people do whatever they I'm not a financial advisor. You got to do whatever makes you happy. So, not an amazing day to trade in the market. You got a Thursday running into tomorrow with lower liquidity. It's a holiday kind of, we're running into Christmas next week. I think we do even have, I believe Christmas Day or the day after. One of those days will be, the markets will close too as well. So we're going to have another day off on the market. So New Year's Day is also another day. So you're going through a time when the markets rebalance. People get situated and everybody gets ready for the new year. So, don't feel bad if you're not getting tons of trades. Don't feel bad if it's not amazing. We're going to just watch Bitcoin like we have to every single day and keep ourselves situated. And we'll go from there. Shout out to everyone here on the live stream. Thank you for coming on in. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Where is everybody from? I want to do a little bit of a roll call here. Where is everybody from? Super Chats, XCAD, and TGT. We'll take a look at XCAD and TTG. The Sandbar Restaurant in Anna Marie Island has the absolute best view if you want dinner. I love that place. I've been there many times, man. Thank you very much. Not many times, but I ate there last year. I love the Sandbar. It's a great place. We actually may eat there tonight, right, babe? Isn't that what you thought? Or today or tomorrow? Tomorrow, right? Yeah. So we got people from Mars, New Jersey, Ghana, Lithuania, Charlotte, Central Florida, Mongolia, Winterpeg. That's funny. Arlington, Vero. Sam, the Netherlands. Oh, yeah, baby. Boise, Idaho, baby. Argentina, baby. Mexico City. Candecaca. Wow, what does that mean? Toronto, Fitchburg, Mass. My man, Ace PR. Kitchen. Is Ace PR, are you Scott over there? Not from Brick, New Jersey. Baltimore. Madison, Wisconsin. The Netherlands. A simple trick, always put your setup in front of the source of natural light. The opposite of what you're doing right now. No, I don't want to do that. I want to show the pool off, you clown. All right, you're done. You're getting put on timeout. That pissed me off. I work for David Letterman. I was a cinematographer for years, man. I know how to put the camera. I just want people to see the freaking pool in the background and do some cool stuff. That's why I did that. If otherwise, you would see a kitchen behind me. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, right? How dare you? How dare you speak to me like that? Can you look at Atmos? What are your thoughts? We'll look at XEN. And I can always just... supposed to have more lighting too, right? But there you go. Now you can see my beautiful face. He's so mad right now. I didn't mean... I'm just messing around that I put you on timeout. You'll be back, though. You'll be back in 300 seconds. It's not a long time. We'd like you to say, what up? Lake of Ozarks, Missouri. I see, I had no idea you lived in the Ozarks. Very smart. They say it's the safest place to live in the world in case of an earthquake or any type of mass movement. If the pool wasn't in the background, Sam wouldn't have to jump. Sam would have to jump in the kitchen sink. It's so funny. Jamie. So someone asked about TGT or something. Let's take a look. XCN or... we'll take a look. Lakochi had it. Way back. XCAD and TGT. And shout out to anyone coming through with the roll call from the flow ride. I'm ready for Florida. Come on in. XCAD, TGT. You timed the guy for that. I was just joking, man. Big earthquake out there, another woke me up, man. Soft. You're funny. No, I just like when people are like, by the way, turn your camera the other way. Man. I just think it's funny, man. Vacation in Florida. Please give Brandon and Shane a mention. Shout out to Brandon and Shane. God bless you, my man. Love you, man. Thank you for coming on in. Shout out to Michael Benitez. Shout out to everybody tuning in here on the live. Appreciate you all more than you would ever know. Let's take a look at XCAD and TCG. Strange. Okay, XCAD just keeps pumping to the upside. This thing's on a tear. It's been from 1 to 1 to up 25%, right? It's up from $1 to $1.25 very fast. So nice move for XCAD. Getting oversold still has a little more gas on that 4-hour time frame. It's interesting. I've traded this on and off. Missed that move, though. A bit of a cup and handle there in a way. And there's a flag that breaks to the upside with low stochastics, MACD turning, falling volume and falling price. Now you're making another flag. To me, the 1 hour is cooked. 15 minutes suggests that there may be another move here. You kind of left the flag, broke back into it. This is interesting. It's getting more high risk as you're getting into, like, you know, probably some bearish divvy on the bigger time frame, but one more move possibly up to 138. I personally would like to start taking profits if I was in this, just because I'd be overbought on the 1 hour time frame. But again, anything is possible. Watch this flag for continuation. You do see bearish divergence here, which also tells me I would be getting out of the trade. Swing down to swing down, swing up to swing up. This would definitely propel me to take my, I would close my trade. But you do whatever makes you happy, man. You can't do anything that you see someone do on YouTube, and nothing I do should be taken as financial advice. Please get yourself a financial advisor. This is starting to break out. That's interesting. In the last 5 minutes, I want to see how much it's up in 5 minutes. Wow, I mean, that's insane. 26% in 5 minutes. I mean, it doesn't get better than that. That's insanity. I've never seen anything like that, actually. That's insane. I did find it on the 1 minute. I did say it's high risk. I probably wouldn't have touched it, but like, I like watching TA do its thing. Like, we're just kind of experimenting. We're putting potions in the ocean here. Sorry, let me bring you back. I didn't realize I wasn't in on it. Look at that, dude. And it's starting to move even more. This is insane. 33% in 4 or 5 minutes. 6 minutes at the most. It's crazy. We found the apex of that tightness, and it was on the point of control. Just like we trade the other ways, I just cannot believe 33% can be made in 4 minutes. I mean, only in crypto. And that's the thing. People miss the live, and they're like, dang, that's insane. But you have to have some, like, guts to do that, too. Like, that's a bold move, right? Just observing this alone is crazy to me. The phenomenons that we witness here on the live stream are insane. Insane. And you can see why that thing just continues to pump. Credit Coin also is in like a tight channel. It's funny. See, like, and it also broke out. Far less liquidity though. See how the candles aren't as thick? This is getting liquidity. This is getting a lot of buys and sells. That's interesting. Last but not least, let's take a look at the total market cap of all of cryptos in the game and see what's going on there. You see this nasty pattern. It's like, it's ugly. It's ugly. It's ugly. It's ugly. You see this resistance. Like, you got to break that. It's all about this, like, strange, really weird, like, do you double bottom? And it's the same scenario, you know. You can slightly put it in this, just like we were saying. But like, that trend line has to hold now. That trend line doesn't hold. You're headed down there, and so you look at 724, 735, and look, you're back to 761. And we identified this rising wedge before any of this happened. Likely that we would head all the way to the bottom of the wedge. It just took a long time. That short's been open ever since we talked about it, right? So. Lifer, love you, bro. I just like to troll, but you're cool, dude. Shout out to my man, Northside Music Group. Anytime, man. Actually, it's phenomenon. Lifer always with us no matter where the price goes. How's the lemon water? How'd you get so cute? She's staring right at me right now like, hello. She's like, hi. Hi. Oh my God, she's buttering me up today.
Get out of here. That chicken do a lot of damage back here.
And look, the bigger picture, I'm looking for this to hold. Possible double bottom here. Can we make a move up? Otherwise, we're going to drop. And honestly, what if we lost this much out of the market cap? Down to $300 billion? That would be insane. So, TGT, Target Corporation, not going to do that. Yeah, not going to do that. No. All right, everyone, thank you so much for being here. Sorry, I apologize, but I don't do Target and stuff like that. Everyone, I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Scott, love you, man. Hope you and your family are doing well. Thank you for saying that. I bought 10 lemons yesterday. My girl is happy, but she doesn't know it's for me. You're funny. Thor governance token, WTF. Okay, Thor governance token. We'll take a look at that. But I mean, what if I don't want to do that either? You know, people are like, why? Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not a doll, like, that gets wound up and, like, has to do exactly what I'm told. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to be funny and be like, and this is kind of who I am. I got a little bit of, like, you know, Thor governance token. What was it again? TGT. Target coin. They even have a coin. Thor wallet Dex. That's what I'm looking at. Is that what it is? $4 million market cap. I'm all set, man. I'm all set. I'm just like, I love everyone's opinion and I appreciate all that you're doing, but like, I'm all set. You know, where can you get this? Max Global? Let me take a look. But it doesn't even, I have to go to Max Global to chart it. See what I'm saying? It's just not, it doesn't have like what I'm going for right now. All right. It's hard to get on, like, I have to actually go here and chart it on Max Global. Which I love Max Global. Pumping hard, look at it, to the upside. So you just want to chase a coin that's hard? Like, it could have told us about it 2 days ago before it pumped. You know what I mean? I love when people ask me about a coin when it's pumping hard. It's like, well, like, it's up hard. I mean, look, it's double topping. It looks like Bitcoin after a run-up. I'd have to have indicators on this. Again, if I can't get it on TradingView, it's likely that I can't trade it, you know? And that's what I've been asking Max Global to see if they can get a better relationship with TradingView so we can see more of their coins, you know? I'll do you one better, though, all right? I'll go to Dex Screener, right? And I'll copy the address for you, and I'll still chart it out, regardless, just to and I'll show you how to do that. Still find a way to, you know. And there it looks about the same, right? And then we can add some indicators here. We could add RSI, stochastic, and the MACD. That's really all I need to get busy. All right, so oversold on the 15-minute. All right, let's look at our daily. Our daily spent, like, it had a nice pump, and it's getting, you know, telling you that it's like it had a nice move to the upside. Probably time to take some profit, but we'll see. Smaller time frames, up 132% in 3 days. All right. So you got some bearish divergence here because this is swinging down while this is swinging up right off the bat. Felt like you were in a rising wedge that began to break down, but you could even say you're in this little pennant though. So it looks like there may be a move here on the 1 hour, the 4 hour, one more push up, but the bigger time frames are getting extended. 55% gains possibly coming out of the measured move. It's been hot. It's small. This is very high risk, everybody. It's on Sushi Swap. It's on Mex Global, and it's on one other swap. THOR chain. Yeah, like THOR swap or whatever. THOR chain. Yeah. Dude, she pled guilty to fraud charges. Isn't that amazing? I can't believe they were frauding people. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Anyway, sorry to use the Lord's name in vain. I apologize there. Look, I gave it all back in 2 seconds. That's why this is sketchy. I don't trade the 1 minute. Sketchy business. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. I appreciate you all for jumping on. An average watch time 16 minutes and 33 seconds. Yeah, 400 likes, 445 people on the live stream. That is strong. Thank you very, very much on this beautiful, beautiful holiday week. Everyone, I hope you have a wonderful day with you and your family. Thank you so much for jumping on in with me. If you're trading, I appreciate it. Trade through the day. Just watch Bitcoin closely and know there's going to be low liquidity. It's going to be a lot harder to get in and out of trades for the next 4 or 5 days. I will still show up and continue to do what I do. I love you all. I'll be in the trading group, and I'll see you later on tonight for the screen share. And thank you so much for everything.